Hello everybody and welcome to these dusty, musty, but sometimes sunny streets. Streets Noir. If you're new to these streets, welcome. Come on, take a seat down by the trash can fire, warm your hands, so you've been working hard. We're glad to see you here. For the people who are familiar and know what all this is about, what's up? How's it going? As you might be able to tell, it's dark in here! It's dark! I'm trying something new, and I'm also not wearing my glasses, so I can't see the screen. I hope I look dashing. I am here. I am Michael. Let's talk about a movie that I watched so I can force my opinions onto you. Does that sound okay? That sound good? Okay. I used a random Netflix movie generator to find a movie that did not seem to be very popular, and I thought you guys would maybe like, I don't know, just a random movie. I've never heard of it, and today we'll just be talking about it so that way it can widen my scopes of movies I haven't watched and maybe help you to watch movies that you haven't watched either, just to do something out of the normal, you know, get out of that Marvel Disney Plus trend, get out of those just Mission Impossible movies, you know, it's too many of them. Let's watch something that we haven't watched before. And I will be talking about spoilers today. There will be a timestamp, so if you want to skip past the spoilers, you can do that. And yeah. Before we get into this, make sure to hunt down the like button, make him beg for his life, and then let him go and tell him to not return. And later find out that the subscribe button is working with the like button. Set a bounty for his head, and share an ice cream cone with the notification bell, because the notification bell is real, and we keep it real with the real ones. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so today we'll be talking about the movie Troll that came out in 2022. This movie was directed by Roar Uthag. Hold on.
Uthag.
Huh?
Uthag.
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 Huh?
Uthag.
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 Uthag. Maybe I'm even saying roar wrong.
Pero what are you say?
Oh, it's Urar.
Pero what are you say?
My gosh.
Pero what are you say? Pero what are you say?
Urar? Urar.
Pero what are you say?
Oh my gosh.
Roar.
Roar?
Roar.
Okay. Well, his name is either Yoar or Roar, and Utarg. So, it's directed by Roar Utarg. I was gonna make this whole joke about how his parents named him Roar, which is like ultra grindset parents, but now I don't know how to actually say his name, so we're gonna scratch that one. Roar directed movies such as Tomb Raider, The Wave, and Cold Prey. The 3 stars in this movie are Anne-Marie Willman, who played Nora Tiedemann, Kim Falk, who played Andreas Isaac. Gosh. Oh my gosh. Some of these names I just can't pronounce. And Gard B. Eidsvold, who played Tobias Tiedemann. The movie follows a paleontologist, Nora Tiedemann, who is called by the Prime Minister to give her thoughts on this unnatural occurrence that happened in a mountain. So this construction crew was digging through a mountain to create a road tunnel, and it exploded, killing a bunch of people. After the explosion, there was some video footage recovered from a hacker who got into somebody's phone and got the video footage before they were crushed by rocks. And Nora is like, wait, what's that? And you see a figure, like a big stony guy, and everybody else is like, that's not even a person. That is methane buildup, and you're seeing things stupid. So Nora's like, no, I'm gonna prove it. So after seeing that, Nora and Andreas, who is the Prime Minister's advisor, go out on little adventures to go find out what the heck this thing could be. Also, they found out that this thing is leaving footprints. So if it was a buildup of methane or a sinkhole, why is a sinkhole leaving footprints? It has toes. It has toes! Now, before I get into the spoilers, let me give you my 2 cents before you may or may not skip ahead. This movie was actually pretty good. The whole premise of troll hunting sounds kind of silly, but it's actually kind of fun. There's nothing groundbreaking about this movie. There's nothing like super memorable and moved you emotionally or anything like that. But it's a fun time. It's a good old fun time. You can show this to your friends and be like, hey, let's watch this Norwegian movie that I saw on a really epic YouTube channel. So, yeah, it's actually kind of fun. But now we'll be getting into the spoilers. Here's the timestamp right here. Pretty epic, right? Alright, so we follow Nora all over the place, and the first thing she wants to goo. Nora wants to goo! So the first thing Nora does is go to her dad, which we see at the beginning of the movie, and the dad is talking about how, like, trolls exist because they used to climb mountains and stuff. And the dad's like, if you look at that mountain, and you squint your eyes, and you hold your breath, and you look with your heart and all this, then you'll see a troll in the mountains. And Nora's like, then you see a faint silhouette of something that sort of looks like a face, and she like gasps because she saw an abstract face in a mountain. Granted, she's a child at this point. But yeah, that's like the dad's whole thing. He's like a fairy tale guy. He just likes good old stories, and he likes telling people about them, and he likes making people believe in Santa Claus. But anyway, this paleontologist's daughter goes to her dad, who is practically a mythologist, and is like, maybe my dad will have some scientific information about what is happening. What did you think was going to happen? He starts talking about trolls, and the daughter's like, what? Like, he's going to be talking about trolls. I feel like you should have expected this. Anyways, after their debate whether trolls exist or whether they don't exist, even though she should have known that's what he was going to talk about, the dad's like, I'm joining you. Let's go. It's finally father and daughter time again, because they were separated because the dad got thrown into the loony bin because he talked about trolls too much, which is kind of goofy. You know, it's like if you were thrown in jail for a conspiracy theory, I feel like a lot of people would be in jail by now. Like, hey, stop talking about trolls, man. That's freaking weird. Jail time? Is this a federal offense? I just think trolls are cool. Jail time! You are going to jail! Dude, but trolls are so cool! Anyways, while they're on their adventures and journeys, the dad and Nora, or Tobias and Nora, accidentally stumble across the troll, who's just like napping. And they're like, oh my god! It wakes up, and it's like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here, mate? Actually, it doesn't do that. Yeah, it doesn't do that. It doesn't talk. But it gets up, and then they take off in their helicopter, and the troll's just kind of like, I was napping, you know? What the heck? And it doesn't like swat them out of the air or anything. They were videoing it during the time, and once they get it back to the Prime Minister's like, oh man, we gotta find a way to take this out. Military comes in, and there's like, hey, let's gun it down. Let's set up camp somewhere and gun it down. We got tanks, bro. We can blow this guy to smithereens. So they hole up somewhere in the woods. The dad and the daughter have a little bit of like family bonding time. They're like, we're finally doing things together again. Is this your reconciliation for me? Are we like cool now? And the daughter's like, I guess. And that's cut short because the troll's coming. Not the troll. I mean, the troll is there. He's on his way. That was stupid. I don't even. So they lay waste on this troll, and it actually dies. No, I'm just kidding. Nothing happens. They hit the troll. Troll heals itself pretty quickly, and then kills like all of the military people. He eats a dude because he's Christian. The troll hates Christians. The troll is like, ooh, delicious Christian blood. I love Christian delicious blood. And then Nora, Tobias, and Andreas, and Chris, he's like one of the like commanders or something. They're all running away. And then the dad's like, hold on, I want to talk to the troll. So he's like, hey, buddy. The troll's like, and then they're like, cool now, basically. It was like, we don't want to hurt you. And the troll's like, cool. And then the military have to butt in and shoot the troll in the back of the head, which again does nothing. And then the troll like turns around, and Tobias is like, I'm doing a good job, while looking at Nora. Nora's like, turn around! And he gets like accidentally kicked by the troll, goes flying, and it just kills him. So yeah, Tobias died by accident because the troll was like, oops, yikes. what's on me. My bad. I'll take blame for that one. And the troll runs away. Now, after all this happening, I just want to put in another 2 cents. So 4 cents. I'm putting in my 4 cents right now. This movie has pretty good production value. Like, surprisingly good for just like a Netflix movie, which was like never released in theaters. It just went straight to Netflix. Like, the troll looks good, honestly. Like, the face is kind of funny looking because it's a troll and it's not like freaking King Kong gorilla, you know? It's like a weird cartoony looking troll face, but you know, who's to say what a troll looks like? Maybe trolls look goofy like that on purpose. The action sequences where they're like shooting the troll down and stuff, it actually looks like good. It's like pretty good production value, honestly. But yeah, that's my 4 cents now. So after Nora and Andreas go back to the Prime Minister headquarters, they're like, we gotta find a way to stop this dude. And so Nora's like, oh, this thing is like atheist, right? So let's bring in church bells and that will kill it. All the atheists out there are quaking right now. Church bells? They're not supposed to know about that one. But they strap a bunch of church bells to helicopters and they fly around the troll because they like find it somewhere. And the troll is like, oh, church bells? Oh, gosh! Jeez! And he smacks down like all of the helicopters except for one, which Nora and Andreas are in. Before like smacking them all down, or I guess after smacking down all of the helicopters, the troll catches one helicopter before like crushes some like little girl who's just standing there like, troll, that's cool. Catches the helicopter, and Nora's like, did you see that? Did you see that? The troll is kind. The troll is caring. Let the troll go. Let the troll be. And then everybody at the Prime Minister headquarters was like, you basically got a bunch of soldiers killed, so you're getting off the case. So, yeah, Nora gets kicked off the case. She's like all sad about it. And then Andreas resigns his job so he can work with Nora. And they're both like, we gotta find a way to kill this thing because the Prime Minister and buddies are all like, we're gonna bomb this thing, actually. We're gonna bomb it. And what's funny is it's almost like, I feel like this has happened before in freaking Avengers, I think. They're gonna bomb the city, basically. So, like, the troll is going to the capital of Norway, which is Oslo. And Prime Minister and buddies are like, we're gonna bomb this thing, demolish the city. What's cool, though, is everybody actually evacuated the city within 1 day. I don't know if that's just, like, Hollywood mumbo-jumbo, or not really Hollywood, this is a Norwegian film. Norway mumbo jumbo, or if they actually are able to evacuate a city that quick, because if so, that is impressive. That's impressive. America could never. They clear out the city, and Nora and Andreas are still looking for facts, and so they go to this guy's house because when Tobias died, he basically just like whispered like these like clues about who they need to go to, and Nora finally snapped and got it. They go to this guy's house, who is apparently the guy that actually locked up Tobias because he had troll memorabilia in his house and he didn't want that getting out. So they actually went back to that and talked about it, and it wasn't just like, yeah, he got it thrown in the loony bin because conspiracy. That's silly. So they're in this cave, and the troll memorabilia is just a bunch of baby dead trolls. Because back in the day, all these trolls were holed up somewhere, and people ambushed them and killed them, except for one troll, which we are assuming is the troll that is walking around and, you know, walking around. That's kind of what he's doing. While they're in the cave, Nora, for some reason, has a UV flashlight, and she flashes it on the bones, and the bones start to dissolve. So Nora's like, it's UV. So like UV flashlights, sunlight, whatever. We need to freaking beam this troll. There we go. Instead of bombing the city. So she contacted Chris again and is like, hey, we're gonna get some flashlights set up. We're gonna lure him to you. You get that set up and we're ready to go. And Chris is like, word. Because Chris is the cool one. Not the bomber guys. The bomber guys want to bomb the city, which probably won't even do anything, and you're gonna have to rebuild the city. The troll is walking around, and he's actually headed to the cave where the baby trolls died. But Nora and Andreas get a baby skull on the back of a car, and they lure the troll away from the cave. At some point, the baby troll skull falls off the truck. Troll grabs it and is like, dang! This head is small! Accidentally drops it, shatters it, and the troll goes into like bloodlust mode. He goes like crazy, and he chases the truck again, and there's actually this pretty cool shot where the troll is about to sweep up Nora's car and crush it, but she jumps out right before he sweeps it up. It was kind of cool. It was pretty neat. It was a cool little scene, especially for a Netflix movie. Like, where are these coming from? Netflix movies. Sweeps it up, crushes him. He's like, "Roar! I'm the troll of Norway." And everybody's like, "Word, dude, that's cool. Anyways, we're gonna kill you." The troll is in the trap. They turn on a bunch of UV lights and shine it on him. But I think it's kind of funny because it's like he's slowly disintegrating, but not by a lot. It's like a little bit of steam coming off of him, but he's just staying still and he's kind of like just letting it happen. It's like, oh gosh, oh jeez, this burns. Oh, stop. He could just take like a few steps back and just been like, ah. I'm gonna head out now. But then Nora turns off all of the lights and goes up to the troll and just is like, "Leave now! We don't have to hurt you if you go." But then at this point, it's like the troll's like, he's got nowhere to go. Troll is gonna be just like in solitary forever with nothing and no purpose, because even meandering around would make him a threat. So the troll just kind of stands there and is like reflective and is like, "I got nowhere to go. I got no family." And then, in literally like 2 seconds, the sun's like all the way up, and the troll burns to death and dies, and then it turns into like just a boulder in like the middle of a park. Andreas and Nora are like workshopping names for the boulder, and Nora's like, "I want to call this Daddy Rock or Tobias Boulder or something." I was like, oh, cringe, but you know, I do get it. If my dad died, I would like to name a rock after him too. And then the Prime Minister and friends show up. They say, "I'm sorry. We bombed the city. We almost did. You really saved our asses back there. That's good on you." Actually, they don't say that at all. They just say, "I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. Here's a lot of money because you're cool and we should hang out sometime." And then Andres and Nora are walking away off screen, and Andres is like, "Maybe there's more monsters." And then Nora's like, and then it ends. So it's like insinuating there'll be a troll 2, another one in the family. Family revenge. I don't know, something silly. Editor Michael here in my jammies. There was actually an end credit scene in the movie that I just didn't see because I didn't think this would be another Marvel movie end credit scene. But there's an end credit scene that's like, there's rubble in the cave that the troll came out of, and something emerges from it. What could it be? They are definitely saying that there's going to be a sequel if this one profited. I don't know. Yeah, that's how it ends. It's kind of, the sudden ending was kind of stupid. I wish we would have got some reflection on like Nora missing Tobias, but yeah, that was just kind of ends right there. All right, you're back. If you didn't watch the spoilers, so good to have you. So my thoughts on the movie. Production value was amazing for a Netflix movie. This could have gone to theaters and been like a movie. I mean, it is a movie, but I mean like a movie. I don't know. The troll didn't look half bad. It looked like fine, honestly. I mean, I don't know how it would look in a movie theater, but on a TV, looks fine. The other VFX were great. The action sequences were fine. The characters were fine. You know, everything about this movie was just pretty fine, and it was just like a fun, good old time. I will say they delve a little too hard on the Andres character being a bit of a nerd, because they're just like, oh, he trips on stuff all the time, and he's writing a book, and he likes talking about it. And it's like, it's not enough to be annoying, but it is enough to be like, okay, yeah. Nora was a fine character. Tobias was a fine character. The only thing that kind of stunk is that they didn't really have any like developing chemistry with one another. The whole movie, it felt very stagnant, as if these characters were just there to be there and not really develop in any sort of way. It's just kind of like by the end of the movie, it's like, oh, yeah. Nothing really changed. They killed the troll that they might have wanted to preserve. So I don't know if I should be happy or sad or just kind of like meh. Other than that, the movie was pretty well rounded. The pacing was fine, you know? I mean, there weren't really many parts where you're just like, oh, I get to the next part. It just kind of just got there. I don't know. It was a pretty fun time, mostly because of the stunning VFX for a Netflix movie. I know I keep saying that, but it's actually really well done. Music was fine, not memorable. It was fine. The whole movie was just fine, you know. It's not going to be something that you're going to remember in a year, but it will be something that you'll watch and just be like, that was a pretty good movie. It was a good little roller coaster. I don't know. It was alright. It was like a good action movie that you just like watch with your dad or something. It's just like, yeah, that was pretty fun. I'd give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, that's just kind of it. It's just like a fun movie. If you don't mind watching subtitled movies, then you'll really like this. If you do mind watching subtitled movies, why branch out a little bit, you know? It's actually a pretty easy movie to follow with the subtitles. It's not awful. I mean, you're watching subtitles anyway with English movies. Like, come on. Anyways, guys, thank you for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you watched this whole video and you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And if you stick around this long and you didn't enjoy it, I don't really know what you're doing here. If you didn't enjoy it, thank you for the view. Appreciate it. Pound it. Come on, you know you want to. Anyways, that is it for now. If you guys have any other streaming services that you need to drop in the comments, because I know I'm just doing Netflix right now. If you guys don't have Netflix, that freaking sucks, dude. I'm sorry. If you have any other streaming services that you'd maybe like me to review on, I might have it, I might not, but I can look into it. And yeah, we can do something about that. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you later. Yeah, peace, baby.